We start things off in the 2-5 game, which is a $500 max buy-in, and one of the first hands I look down at Queen 6 of hearts in the small blind. Action folds to the button, my buddy Wolfgang, and opens it up to $15. Knowing that he's supposed to open pretty wide in these spots, let's just mess around and 3-bet, and maybe we can play a big pot with a marginal hand. I 3-bet to $60, the big blind folds, and our buddy Wolfgang makes the call and defends. We're off to a flop of King Jack 4 Rainbow. Here with 2 Broadway cards out of position, I start off with a bet of $40. 440, he makes the call, so that doesn't seem great, but we're off to a turn which is the King of Hearts. Pretty good card for me to continue barreling in my opinion, and I decided to continue doing that with the bet of 80. Once again, he is a non-believer and makes the call. He certainly could have a king in the spot for trips, which would suck, and definitely can't bluff that off. Or he could have a hand like a pair of jacks, or a non-believing pocket pair, or something like that. Anyways, let's just see what happens, and when the river is a 10. Well, holding a queen in my hand seems pretty significant, and I block hands like ace-queen that I could potentially represent. So pretty much the best card I could ask for to triple barrel holding a queen. I've come this far, let's continue and rip it all in for $235 effective. He doesn't take too long before making the call, sadly, so I am forced to proudly show the queen high. Is it good? Nah. He only has King 9 of spades for trips, so nice hand, Wolfie. At least you're the one catching my punts this time, but I like how I played it nonetheless, considering that the only hands that would be able to call me would be a hand as strong as trips, because I think I get all the other hands to fold. Trying to claw back when action starts off with Jeremy raising an early position to $300 with the 100 straddle on. Action folds all the way to me on the straddle. I have queen 10 offsuit, and I think it's a decent hand to see a flop with, so I call for $200 more. We're off to a flop of 9 deuce deuce rainbow, and I don't think this is a board that neither of us should hit too often, but if it is going to hit someone, it's going to hit me more with more 9s, I think. Anyways, action goes check check, and I don't think he ever has a deuce in this spot, or at least in my head, I don't think he does. Anyways, the turn is the 8 of hearts, and overall thinking that this is a pretty good turn for me. I improve to a gut shot straight draw, and I start with a check. Now this player bets out $300 and feels like a good spot to check raise. Think that this player is going to have a lot of air a high percentage of the time when he checks back the flop, and I can put some bad 2-pair holdings into a tough spot like a 9 or 8. So I'd have to check raise to 1,000. And making it 1,000 to go $700 more. He makes the call, and obviously you can see on screen, disaster might be incoming here. When the river is the 5 of spades, now 6-7 gets there, and it's a very possible holding that I could have given my spot and how I played it. So overall, still definitely going to bet my range, and I size up to $3,400 as an overbet. Have a lot of straights now in this spot, have some stronger hands, and I think overall, just trying to put a 9 or 8 into a tough spot. And, you can see he has ace deuce, so he's not going anywhere. He makes the call, I lose, and basically just ran into the nuts here.